It was sunny that day, out in California. Shay, John, and myself were on a road trip, shooting interviews for a documentary project. We started in LA and worked our way up to San Francisco over the course of several days.
We had just wrapped up a day of shooting. It was fun. We had a great time, got some good footage. We decided to go around the city and check out San Francisco and all its beauty and glory.
Sometime around 4 o'clock, we were kind of getting bored of the sightseeing. And knowing we had 6 or 7 hours to kill, I suggested to Cliff that maybe we go see a movie instead. So I said, Cliff, hey, I'll look up and see what movies are playing at a theater near the airport.
I said, of course. It was then that I screamed.
From the back seat, I hear the most unsettling scream and squelch from a human being. Like, it's just this screech like, oh no, 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 no.
For that moment, I could see floating in the air in front of me the fact that I had booked round-trip tickets out of LA. Not my finest moment.
Now, San Francisco is 6 hours north of Los Angeles. And here we are at 4 o'clock on one side of San Francisco during rush hour traffic on a Friday, and we needed to be on the other side.
So we would have to cross through the worst city in the world to try to traverse during rush hour traffic on a Friday. We called the airline and tried to reschedule the tickets to leave out of San Francisco, and the upcharge was exorbitant. Wasn't an option. We had no choice but to gun it.
The morale of the trip went from glee and excitement of this new area to we gotta get out of here as fast as we can through 5 o'clock traffic in the worst city to have 5 o'clock traffic.
And we pulled out our phones to figure out how to get there. I don't know if it's the trolley system or what, but there's something that scientifically is happening that is making our GPSs all spin in circles. All 3 of our phones were completely useless to get us out of San Francisco. So we kept just going with the flow of traffic and staring at the bridge in the distance and just making our way there. Finally, we got there, and once we got on the open road,
we had to stop for gas at a small gas station along the way. And when I say stopped, it was more like a Chinese fire drill. Shay ran to the bathroom, John ran to get a sandwich at the Subway, and I pumped gas. As soon as any one of us finished any part of their task, we swapped off and took turns completing the various assignments we had to fulfill in order to jump back in the car. Now remember, this is West Coast time, so we already had several days of jet lag that we were dealing with. And our flight, which was at 1 in the morning California time, was of course 4 in the morning East Coast time. And so we were driving for the majority of this 6-hour trip in the late hours of the evening and the wee hours of the morning. We were tired. It was going to be close if we made it at all.
our pedal was to the floor the whole time. We got there with minutes to spare, pulled our car up to the rental place, threw the keys at them.
As soon as we turned in the car, a bus to the airport was waiting to depart. We got on the bus and took off to the airport. We got to the airport and then realized we were at the wrong terminal and we had to run the entire way to our terminal. We had to go through all of the security measures at that time, and we walked up to our plane with 5 minutes to spare. It was not my finest moment. I've been reminded of that many times since, whenever I choose to poke fun at one of my staff for one reason or another. They don't let me forget that day in San Francisco.